Hey guys, Chris here. Today we're going to talk about the Volvo XC100. The Volvo XC100 is a rumored vehicle to fit above the Volvo XC90. So last year, Volvo CEO Håkan Samuelsson talked to Auto Express and said that Volvo are going to build a bigger and more luxurious vehicle than the XC90, and it's going to be called the XC100. In my opinion, this makes a lot of sense because there is a gap in the Volvo lineup above the Volvo XC90. Volvo doesn't have a competitor to the BMW X7, the full-size Range Rover, and the Mercedes-Benz GLS, in my opinion. And, you know, filling that gap, especially now Volvo being a predominantly a SUV maker, 61% of sales last year were SUVs. It makes a lot of sense to build a larger than XC90 vehicle to cater to especially the American market. But also here in Europe, people are moving into SUVs, and when people are done with their, large SUVs like an XC90 or a Q7 or a BMW X5, a lot of people want to upgrade into something bigger, and that's where it makes a lot of sense to make a vehicle that Volvo customers can graduate into. So when you're finished with an XC90, if you had it for a few years, and now the XC90, the current generation, has been out for 5 years, a lot of those people, including myself, are now moving into another vehicle, and I'm on my second XC90, guys. So just to clarify that, I posted on my Instagram just a few days ago that my XC90 chapter is finished. My second XC90 is now gone, and if you don't follow me in Instagram, guys, please check the link down below. I post a lot of car stuff, especially a lot of Volvo stuff, and I'm going to announce later this week what car I'm replacing my XC90 with. But it's not going to be an XC100 because there just isn't an XC100. And if there was an XC100, I would probably be moving into that vehicle. But I don't want to, I don't want to reveal too much at this point. But I'm talking from the perspective of people who have owned an XC90. And in that regard, it makes a lot of sense to make an XC100, a full-size, even more luxurious vehicle than the XC90. And Volvo have been doing luxury so well since, Volvo's renaissance in 2015 after the launch of the second generation Volvo XC90. But what do we know? Well, we do know that it's going to be a fully electric vehicle. Will there be hybrid power plants? Will there be gas and diesels? I think there most definitely will be gas hybrids. I don't think there will be any diesels, and preferably there will also be a P8 version, a fully electric version. And Volvo have said that it's going to be a fully electric version. It's going to be built on the SPA platform, the SPA2 platform to be more specific, which also is going to underpin the second generation, or the third generation rather, of the Volvo XC90. But just last week, Motor Trend, not citing any sources, wrote an article saying that the XC100 is going to be a coupe version of the XC90, and maybe only going to be made as a 4-seater, or at least a 4-seater version will be available. So a sporty and coupe version of the XC90, but they aren't citing any sources. And the first rumors of the XC100 that came out last year were from Volvo CEO Håkan Samuelsson. So I'm not sure about these rumors that were written about last week, that a lot of car media have been writing about the past week. But the rumors are that it's going to be built on the SPA2 platform. As we know, it's also going to feature the next level of autonomous driving. We know that from what's been the rumors about the SPA2 platform and also the third generation XC90. But they're also saying that it's going to be an only electric vehicle because it's called the XC100 Recharge. But well, Volvo use Recharge for their plug-in hybrids now also, not only their fully electric vehicles. The fully electric vehicle will be recharged, followed with a probably a P6, and later a P5 and a P4. But we know that the Volvo XC40 Recharge will be called the P8 with the all-wheel drive system and 400 horsepower. But there will probably be a P6 with something in the range of 300 horsepower and a P5, I would imagine, with 250 horsepower, because that would match the T naming scheme they have, you know, as with the T8 with 400 horsepower, the T6 with 320, and the T5 with 254 horsepower. So that doesn't really make sense. That is from the rumor that is going to be called the XC100 Recharge. We can only infer that it will probably be either or both an fully electric vehicle or a hybrid vehicle. I think it will be a hybrid vehicle as well as a fully electric vehicle. I don't think Volvo are going to release any models that are going to be fully electric at this point. But what doesn't make sense is that it will be a coupe SUV or a crossover coupe, which they're also called. And in my opinion, this doesn't make sense because a coupe SUV caters to a different audience, a different buyer than the normal SUV. And the gap in Volvo's lineup is, well, you can say that there is a gap in the coupe SUV segment, but I think the gap in the full-size luxury SUV is a bigger gap than the need for building a coupe version of the XC90, which in reality would compete with the X6 and also the Audi Q8 and Mercedes-Benz GLE Coupe. Yes, those are vehicles which there is a growing market for, but at this point in time, I don't think it really fits in with Volvo's lineup. I think it makes a lot more sense if they built maybe an XC60 coupe version, started there, and then, you know, graduated into an XC90 coupe. In my opinion, it makes a lot more sense for Volvo to build an XC100 that's a full-size luxury SUV, because that's what people from an XC90, a lot of people will probably graduate into. That's just my opinion. Rumors are saying that this car will come out in 2023 or 2024. We know that the second generation or third generation, I keep saying second generation SPA2 platform, third generation Volvo XC90 was supposed to come out in 2021 or 2022, but we know that will also be delayed because of, well, of Corona, unfortunately. But I would personally like to see a full-size luxury SUV that sits above the XC90 in size to compete with the Mercedes-Benz GLS and also the BMW X7. And if it was fully electric, that would be completely awesome. Me living in Norway, we are a market here where a lot of sales, almost 50% of car sales, are fully electric. So guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Would you like an XC100 to be a coupe version of the XC90, or would you like the XC100 to be an even more luxurious and bigger version of the XC90 to compete with the GLS and X7? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and for more videos, car videos like this, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.